Hello, it's just after 7:30 in the morning. It is Friday the 11th of July and I am here at lovely sunny Inverness Castle because I'm about to have another go at riding the Badger Divide. Now if you've watched any of my other videos you will maybe know that I had a fairly unsuccessful attempt at this about 2 years ago. The weather was stinking, I didn't do any training, I wasn't very prepared, but this time the weather's better, I think I'm in better shape. We'll see as the trail goes on, but yeah, forecast's looking really nice, meant to get up to 27, 28 degrees. It's very sunny, I'm already in my short sleeves, no arm warmers required this morning, so yeah, I'm just going to crack on, see where the trail takes me. I don't have any particular agenda or plan for today and how far I ride. Just going to keep spinning the legs around and see how far I get. So that's me now, just at the top of the first big climb out of Inverness. It's beautiful and sunny, and if I spin the camera around you might be able to see Inverness down there. Probably just see a load of flare from the sun in the background instead. But yeah, that's the worst of the first climb out of the way. Still a wee bit of ascent to go, but it's not too bad from here. It's so gorgeous, it's so warm. I'm slightly terrified of how warm it's going to get later, but that's a problem for later. I don't know, try this. Looks maybe open. Okay, so I didn't film that bit, but I just went up to the little Abriachan Cafe. That is a weird place. I just like pedalled up this weird track. There's all these like weird looking handmade signs. It just has a very kind of like, I'm either going to get murdered and or food poisoned up here. So I didn't get in, and I just sort of got to there's like a weird like Harris fence and a thing saying like ring the bell, and a guy shouted at his window, and it was just like, this is a weird vibe. So yeah, I wouldn't, don't think I would bother with that detour if you're tempted. Still pretty early, I mean it's only 9:10 in the morning. I just thought I'd maybe see if I could grab a wee top up Shnako, but yeah, I don't think that is the one. I'm going to just carry on riding, I think. The one thing I will say is, despite the Abriachan Cafe having a slightly spooky vibe, it's some lovely, just easy, ozy, gentle single track through the woods. And I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Sorry, I got it. Cheers, star. Sorry, thank you very much. Alright, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Some might consider it a bit early for this sort of thing. But I'm in Drumnadrochit and I'm having a Calippo because it's absolutely roasting out here today. It's pure sunny rain. I've just stopped at this wee cafe. Got a Calippo, trusty can of Coke and some water. It's going pretty nice so far. I was just riding with a couple of guys down there doing a bit of leapfrog through the gates. That made it go a little bit quicker. But I know I've got a nice big climb out of here, so I'm not going to get too excited. So sure enough, I kind of knew it was coming. But here I am, climbing out of Drumnadrochit. And it is in fact quite hard. Yeah. Aye. It just keeps going and going. There we go. Back into the woods. Once the camera adjusts its vision again. Yeah, it just keeps going up and up. Will it ever end? I don't know. Now I'm up on the tarmac. The road keeps rising. But unfortunately, so do the temperatures too. It's getting real warm. Oh aye. There's a wee tiny bit of a headwind. It's a lot nicer now that I'm in the kind of in the open out on the road, but it's falling away to nothing down in the trees there. Aye. I'd normally be cursing a headwind sideways by this point, but yeah, any cooling I will graciously accept at this stage. Aye, aye, aye. Oh man, I was just getting excited by some nice downhill, and now it's all going back uphill again. No. Yes, that's me here at the view catcher, just above Invermorriston. I'm absolutely roasting. The flies are out in force now. Yeah, the heat is definitely getting to me a bit. I'm definitely having to like consciously make an effort to tan loads of fluids, trying to get through a lot of electrolytes as well. Yeah, I think I just need to drop down here in Invermorriston, then I'll get a little bit of a resupply, then over to Fort Augustus. The climbing never stops, it seems. On to the easy stuff again. So sorry it's been a little minute since I've chatted to the camera. I'm now in Fort Augustus. You can see the canal locks behind me. You can probably hear the bagpipes, the millions of tourists. It's absolutely hoaching here today. Yeah, I just had a bit of a struggle on the last section. I was just like really flagging. The heat's really getting to me now. But I've stopped for a bit, had some lunch, had a very, very salty lunch, had some scampi and chips. So hopefully that'll give me more electrolytes. And now I'm going to go up the Corryarrick Pass, which is going to be hard. I'm just going to see how far I get. At the moment it's 2:45 in the afternoon. Hopefully the heat will be dying off a little bit, but it doesn't feel like it's going to. Yeah, I'm just going to get up over the Corryarrick. Maybe just stop at Blackburn, maybe get over to Milgarve, or maybe get further. I'll just see how the legs go. Yeah, it's been a hard old day though. Okay, so I'm just here on my way up the Corryarrick Pass. Not very far up, I have to admit. But man, this is absolutely kicking my backside. I just like, since I stopped for lunch, my legs have just gone like, I don't know if it's like my legs or it's definitely the heat is having a big effect. I've just stopped in the shade of some trees here just to have a little rest because, God, out in the sun, it's just so brutal. It's so hot. I know, like, last time I complained about how it was raining so much and it was soggy and minging, but geez, this is like impossible, you know? I don't know, maybe once I get to Blackburn and it cools down in the evening, then I might be able to make it over to Milgarve, but Jesus, yeah, it's just absolutely kicking my arse at the moment. Okay, it's a bit of another jump cut mystery update here. I haven't really been in the mood for recording video, to be perfectly frank. I am here at Blackburn of Corryarrick Bothy. I don't know if you can see it there with the lens flare and all that, but yeah, basically, like, I just managed to get myself up here and I decided that I would just take a little break. Yeah, I basically put my air mattress down, tried to sleep for an hour or so. Don't know that I necessarily felt better for it, but man, it was just getting too hot. It was just getting too unpleasant. It's currently 10 to 6. I've been sitting here for quite a while. Has it cooled down? I guess it has a little bit, and it's just going to keep cooling down. I was going to just stay here. The big reason I'm not is basically because the burn is full of algae. I don't know what the score is with algae when you boil it or use chlorine dioxide on it, but I'm just going to boost on. I'm going to try and reach Milgarve tonight. That's maybe stupid, but I'm going to try and do it. It is quite a long way. I've got a lot of climbing ahead of me. But that's pretty much my options. Okay, straight away, nice obstacle to start with. Oh god, that was a lot easier to cross this time than the last time I rode through here. Aye. Okay, bye bye Blackburn. That was a nice little rest. Let's see how my legs go now. So this is basically where it's at now. I'm just pushing my bike up the pass now. Basically completely run out of water. My legs are pretty humped anyway, so rather than heating myself up trying to ride up, I'm just using this as a good excuse to conserve a bit of water and just push up the hill. Hopefully there'll be, basically like every time I keep passing burns, they're just totally dry. The one at Blackburn, like I said, was full of algae. Everything else is just no actual water in them to speak of, so aye. Yeah, hopefully on the other side I might find something. Otherwise I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll get to Milgarve and see what's what. Alright, so I have made it to the top of the Corryarrick Pass. There's the wee radio hut there. There's my bike, which I have been mostly pushing for the last God, don't know how long. Still no sign of water yet. Yeah, but at least I can just roll it downhill until I find some water, I guess. There are puddles. There are sort of like boggy patches of ground, but nothing that looks like sort of flowing water that looks sort of vaguely safe. But we made it to the top. We made it? I made it. And you with me on this journey, I don't know. I'm starting to talk rubbish now. I'm at the top of the pass now, which is a good sign. Still got, it's 7:30, so still got about a couple hours of daylight maybe. Sun's pretty high in the sky, it's clear, so I'm in no rush now. But geez, this has been hard, eh? Okay, so it's now Saturday morning. I'm here still at Milgarve Bothy. All my bike and everything is packed up and ready to go. I do seem to have lost my gloves, which is quite frustrating. I have a horrible feeling I took them off yesterday to get some water out the burn, and maybe I've left them down there, but I went down and had a look and I couldn't find them. So that's not very good. Yeah, it's 9:15 in the morning just now. I was kind of hoping to be away a lot earlier than this, but yeah, I just slept in this morning. Just needed all the sleep I could get, I think, to try and get my body back in some kind of functioning shape. But I'm going to ride on, see how the heat goes today. Obviously today's not as hard a day in terms of climbing and stuff, so I'm going to try and get on the road, see how far I get, at least get to Lochosian, because at least I know I can get food and stuff there, which would be nice. So while I'm trying to make good time as much as I can, I've just stopped for a little bit of sightseeing here at Loch Laggan, where you've got this beautiful, weird, sandy beach. I think I might just use this as an excuse to take a quick bite to eat and then hit the road. Alright, so I'm up here now at the lovely twin lochs at Loch and the Hierpa. Sorry for my Gaelic, apologies if that's miles off, but yeah. There's a really lovely beach along at that end of the loch, but there's some people there, which is not ideal because what I'm going to do is going for a swim. Yeah. Well, as you may be able to see now, I am up above Loch Ossian. I didn't film it, but I stopped in at the station house at Carrera to grab my lunch. Grabbed a very, very, very good venison burger. Had to make quite an effort to get there because the kitchen was closing early today for some reason. So I was like, man, there's no way I'm not having a venison burger. So I had to kind of like push to get there, which was hard. Everything's hard. I just keep saying everything's hard, and it absolutely is. I stopped in for another swim. Seems to be my strategy for today. Dunk myself in water, drop my core temperature by a good bit, and then try and spin off the back of that as long as I can. Well, it's not lasting very well at the moment. I'm absolutely melting up here. I don't know if you can see that sun behind me, probably flaring down the lens, something awful, but yeah, it's very hot. Too hot to ride, but I don't really know what I could do. I was like, I kind of wanted to stay in the water all day, but I was getting absolutely munched by clegs down there. It was like beastie central down by the water, so I couldn't really stay there for too long, but yeah, the dip in the water helped. But yeah, now I'm back to melting again. I'm just sort of crawling my way up this hill, super slow. Which is all you can do on a day like today. Okay, so I made it over to Ranach, which is nice. Again, it was a little bit tricky on the way up, but the way down was sort of fun in a very sort of like getting the fillings rattled out of my teeth kind of way. I'm just sat down here by the road. Just had to stop to do a little bit of yeah, just preventative bike maintenance. The chain was starting to sound a little bit grindy, so I just basically chucked more lube at the problem. When you're like, there's been a pretty good like headwind a lot of the time on this ride, but yeah, it's nowhere to be seen at the moment, so I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm just going to take it easy for this next section on the tarmac, and then get over the Larrig Galavich towards Glenlyon, and then just see how I go from there. Alright, so I've just pulled in at a little place called Kerry, I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, no idea. There's this weird magic structure here, which I'm currently just taking a little breather underneath. My face probably looks absolutely burst, because I am absolutely burst. I'm just about to climb over the Larrig Galavich, so I think I'm going to try and get over to Glenlyon, and then try and get up to Lochline if I can. Yeah, just see how far the legs will take me. It is nice, like it's cooling down pretty significantly now, so hopefully that'll allow me to make better progress. When you're out in the sun in that heat, it's just impossible. My body's just completely shutting down. But yeah, nothing more to it than get on the saddle and turn the pedals round and keep on going. I'm imagining that all you can see right now is a whole lot of lens flare, but I'm finally approaching the Loch Lyon Dam. I'm a crazy Asda man, so I'm just going to pull off. Morrison's, never mind, close. Green, supermarket, whatever. Anyway, I can see the dam now, and that's good. Alright, so that's escalated quickly. My plan was just to get over, I can't remember the name, the Larrig I can't remember. Just to go over the pass from Glenlyon into Glenlochy, and I would just camp in Glenlochy, but it was really hard to find camp spots in Glenlochy. So I was like, well, what if I just keep trucking on? Because I'm sure there's a campsite in Killin. God, it turns out there isn't. It's it's only for caravans, which is not incredibly useful. So now I'm in Killin. Now it's 9:45. And I'm going to try and see if the co-op's open. Aye. Don't happen to know if there's anywhere good for a camp round about here, do you?
We're just looking for it.
Aye.
We're just asking. I think
Is this still open?
Yep, it is indeed.
Right, I'll maybe get in here just in time. Cheers. Good luck, eh?
Scan an item or touch the select another option or finish and pay.
Hello, it's about 6:30 on Sunday morning here. This is my campsite. Probably one of the worst campsites I've ever ended up in, but here we go. I can't remember where I stopped updating last night, but basically I couldn't find a campsite anywhere along Glenlochy. There was just absolutely nothing doing there. So I thought, yeah, I'll just come along to Killin where there's a campsite. Turned out the campsite was just for caravans, so I couldn't camp there. So basically I made it to the co-op just in time for it closing at 10 o'clock. Did a quick wee snack fill up, and then just carried on riding in the dark. So rather than, I basically just like followed the cycle route 7 up to Glenogle, bit of a climb out of there thinking I would find a camp spot along there. I didn't. So here I am, basically. Behind me there is the A85, the A road between Callander and Killin. And then over there is a wee lochan, which kind of in itself might not be too bad, but it was basically just full of like drunk guys in camper vans just about 100 metres along the road. So last night all of them were just going shouting metal and stuff. And there's like, it turns out there's like an echo from along there. So they were all like 4-year-olds. I was going, hey, hey. Hooray! Hey! All night. It was really, really entertaining. And as you can hear, I've had cars going by all night. That's not a bad one. That's just a regular wee family car. But I've had quite a lot of like mental motorbikes, boy racers and lorries like right through the night. So basically I haven't had a very good sleep. But it is still nice and cool at the moment. It's like I say, it's 6:30. I'm getting tanned by midges here. So thankfully now I just have a nice downhill-ish run down Glenogle and towards Callander. So hopefully I'll try and get a lot of that done before it gets too hot. It's meant to be hot again today, same as it has been the last 2 days. So I guess I'll just need to see how it goes. But for now I just need to get my tent and everything away, get my bum on the saddle, probably somewhat reluctantly, and get moving. Okay, so that is my spot for the night clear. You can sort of see roughly where my tent is, just basically because where I cleared all the brushy rubbish away. But I'm sure in a day or two that'll all be back again. That's my bike, all loaded up and ready to go. The trusty Sonder dial doing the business as usual. It's now 7 o'clock and I'm going to get rolling. Well, this is quite a nice shot to start the day. I'm just looking down the Glenogle Viaduct here. Don't know if you can quite pick it out in the GoPro, but you can see just in the distance there a bit of the low-lying mist, kind of cloud inversion I guess, down by Loch Earn. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and chilly at the moment, quite fresh. I'm sure it's only a matter of hours before that turns absolutely horrible again. But for now, it's downhill and the weather is exactly the way I'd like it to be. So I'm going to just get rolling. So once again I'm being pretty bad with the updates. I'm now here just above Mulgai, getting towards the end of the thing, and it's been fun. It's been hot, but it's been fun. So last I saw you, I was just on my way out of Aberfoyle. I got over to Drymen, had a wee refill stop at Drymen. What did I do there? Drymen, yeah, kind of headed back on the West Island Way. Got some new gloves, went into Country Cycles at Killearn. Guys in there were absolutely top notch, so big shout out to Country Cycles at Killearn. Good shop, happy, lovely guys. Yeah, had a nice chat there, rode home along the West Island Way, chatted to about 1 million folk who are out walking, also complaining about the heat, so I'm not the only one. But yeah, I'm only about 10k from the end now. This is all kind of like familiar local trails to me now, so yeah, just got to kind of thrash this out, get it home and get it done. I mean, it's pretty easy from here, so yeah, happy. All right. And you going, oh, you're looking a bit quicker than me, I'll leave you to it.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
It's my last day, so I'm going
Oh,
casual.
enjoy, see you later. Is that your mum's car? So sorry I didn't really manage to do a proper sign off there. My GoPro went into some kind of weird meltdown. I don't know what happened. It just stopped responding. So, and there was just like, it just wasn't a very great place to do an outro. But anyway, that's me finished my ride now. I haven't done all the adding up yet on Strava, but it was a bunch of kilometres and it was kind of fun. Very hard work, but yeah, totally worth it. Glad I've got it done. I am absolutely stinking now. I'm really glad we don't have smell-o-vision on this camera. Yeah, I'm going to have the biggest shower and the biggest pizza. That's the plan. Yeah, that was fun.